Hello everyone, welcome to this amazing project on OpenCV. I am Kaustubh, the party instructor, and today we are going to learn how to do what I am doing right now in this screen. As you can see, in the right hand side, my original image is present. On the left hand side, my live sketch is present over here. Okay, which is talking to you and explaining this whole concept right now. Okay, as you can see, it is my mouth's moving. Whatever I'm saying, it's exactly like a mirror image, but a sketch of mine. So we're gonna learn how we can do this, and also we're gonna later in the video we're gonna learn one of the movie thing that's been you've seen in the movies, but you couldn't understand how they are doing it. We are gonna see this in our video. Just watch the video till the end so that you don't miss any of the concept and you get to know this amazing stuff. Okay, so let's close these windows and I'm gonna get you this our spider ID and see our code related to this. Okay, yeah. So this is our code over here. Let me zoom it. Yep, this was I was running right now, as you can see. Now you see this is our normal code. I've imported two libraries. Don't bother about these commented lines. Okay, we will talk about the comment lines later on the video. But just be with a normal code over here. I have imported two libraries, CV2 and NumPy library, and then I have you use of my webcam video capture, and I have created a window named Sketch. Now I've created this window sketch window, which we normally don't create our windows. We just doing the using the I am show method in the bottom. We just directly write whatever we want to give the name of the window. But in here we actually need to sketch this name of the window earlier in the program. So we just created a window with the name sketch. Then we created this while this loop to so that our whatever the webcam is taking, it can give us a live feed of it. So we created a loop while true, and normally we just capture the whatever it is taking the two variables ret and frame. Now frame is taking our image, and the ret variable is checking whether it is accepting our image or not, means true or false. Then we have converted our image to a grayscale image. As you can see, the sketch is almost gray. And but while you're working with the sketches, you if you get a black and white image, then that works much more better than a colored image. So I've converted my image into a black and white image, normal, with a CV2 color method, and I've transformed it BGR to gray. Now, as I'm using a webcam, and webcam don't have a very good quality. Okay, you get a very hazy picture. So that's why I did a applied a Gaussian blur over here with a kernel of 7 by created a kernel of 7 by 7. I've created a Gaussian blur and I have tried to clean out the image a lot. Okay, after that I applied this Kenny method. Now you know what Kenny method is. It is a edge detection method. And if you have watched my edge detection video in OpenCV tutorials, then I've told you that this method is used to create live sketches. If you want to any object that is present over here, now that object can be defined with its borders, whatever the borders it is having, through which we can tell, yeah, this object is that. Okay, so same way, if you are creating a sketch, then you need to have all your borders on the face or anything. So that's why I have created this use this edge detection with these two parameters that I have tested, and you have seen how they were worked. But we are gonna work with these parameters later in the video, and we'll see how we can manipulate these parameters and create even much more better, or maybe not, depends. Then I have applied a threshold because right now when I was using the Kenny, it was giving me a mostly the part that you can see was a white part. Let me show you again. Wait a minute. Let me run this program. You can see this is a white part, but basically when we apply a Kenny, edge detection, then what it does, it just converts it into all into a black. Whatever the portion is white, it converts into a black, and whatever the portion is black, it converts into a white. But we want to look at this way, so we applied this threshold over here, and I've given it threshold binary inverse with two threshold parameters, as you can see over here. and then I did a I'm show the original image, which was the frame one, which I captured from here, and the sketch image, which just came out of all of these methods. And I've used CV to wait key and release and destroy all windows. And now, if I run this much of the code, you can see my live sketch over here. But there's a thing in this sketch. It may not be a perfect sketch right now. Okay, there may be a better sketch can be created with a a little bit of manipulation of a Kenny method, because we all know that Kenny method is a there's this big flaw in the Kenny method, that you need to set these parameters, these thresholds by yourself manually with a hidden trial method, and so that's why it becomes a lot difficult task. And this Kenny method is the main base of creating a sketch, right? So we need something so that we can, easily manipulate these thresholds and find the correct image or a better image, better sketch. So that's why I've created this track bar over here. Now I'm gonna comment out. I'm gonna remove the comments from this section. Okay. Now these two are the track bars I've created. Now these track bars are nothing. They are like these two values over here. I'm going to change these values live. When my sketch is present over there, I'm going to change these values over there only. So that's why I've created these two track bars. Now these track bars require these five arguments over here. One is the name of the track bar, which I've given LTC, and then the name of the window on which I'm going to apply my track bar, that's sketch, then the values from which to which that track bar will move. Okay, I will show you track bar later on. Okay, wait, let me show you track bar so that you can get a good idea on it. I'm going to just remove all the comments. Okay, and now I'm gonna run this apply. Okay, you see this is my track bar over here, and if I change this value, okay, it's gonna right now it's not gonna change because I haven't implemented it yet, but through which we can change our upper thresholds and lower thresholds to change these parameters inside of a candy so that our sketch can become a lot better. Okay, so now I'm gonna tell you what this track bar does, and then I'm gonna implement it. Okay, so I've created these two track bars with a value 0 to 255, and I've created this function name given it nothing, name of the function which basically does nothing. So I've just given a pass over here. Then here in the video, in the code, I have called these track bars. Here I've created track bars. Now I'm getting those track bar positions. Whatever the track bar giving out the positions when I'm moving that track bar from left to right. So whatever the position it is taking in the from track bar LTC, uh, which is on the sketch window, that is getting into this variable here, LTC variable. Okay, same thing I'm doing with the upper threshold candy. I'm giving it track bar name and the name of the window, and then now I'm gonna implement it. I'm gonna in this canny, this is the lower threshold first, and this is the upper threshold. So I'm giving it here LTC, my lower threshold value, which came out of this variable, and the upper threshold variable. Okay, upper threshold canny, right? And this function basically does nothing. You can write something over here like a print statement. So wherever the track bar is going, it will just put your print out your values of those track bar. But you don't need it basically over here. Okay, now I'm gonna run this code and let's see what happens. Okay, you see this is my actual image in the right hand side, but in the left hand side this is all hazy image. There are lots of edges it can is detecting. This, because right now you see my thresholds are both 0. Earlier when I was running the program, my thresholds were around 10 and 70, but right now they both are 0. So let's change it. I'm going to put it back to 10. Okay, and I'm going to put it back to 70. Okay, now you can see I got this original image. What was the sketch earlier I was with you? I got the same sketch. Oh, now we can change these, you know, variables to find the better thresholds so that our sketch looks more clearer and really looks like a sketchy thing. Okay, like right now, we can increase the lower threshold also a little bit. Okay, now you can see it looks a little bit better than what earlier it was showing, right? You can see the walls boundaries on my home and the background section. Okay, here whatever the palette is. Okay, you can see it over here and the windows, the backside. Okay, you can see you can see the my hairs over here, all in a aligned way. We can see it, and if I just stop my mouth over here, you can see this beard lines over here. Okay, it is because in the beard section that is all black push, so it is finding a edge over here and it's showing it. So that's how we can work with the trackbar. We can change all our positions. You can change it off more. And you see this is it. You can't see anything. It's just it. Yeah, it is just showing that there is someone, but you don't know. Like someone broke the pixels, right? Yeah. Now it gets a little bit clearer. Let's change it more, and it gets more clear. So that's how you can work with it, and you can create your own best image. But now basically I prefer like on this it all varies with your lighting condition or how much light you are getting at your face, and because the more the light you will get, the better the illuminance will be on the face, and much better the and according to that you need the threshold. So it is good to practice to use this trackbar to find a better pixel. Then if you when you find the better those thresholds, then remove the trackbar and put those threshold values in your canny method, and then you can create a better sketch of yourself, a live sketch. Okay, so right now this it looks good, this sketch. I think let's make it more. Oh, it got again detecting lots of things in the price. Yes, now I think it looks good, right? Okay, so this is one concept of creating a sketch. It's a normal concept. I've just created my sketch, live sketch. But now let's do something more creative in this. Okay, which you see in the most of the movies. Now I'm going to get on to that point. Okay, okay, so I'm gonna close it, and I'm gonna move further in my code. Okay, now this is another code. I mean, basically it's the same code here, just with a little bit of a modification like this while loop over here, and this I have did a little bit of slicing over here, this section, and rest all is same. Now I'm gonna run this code and show you what it does first of all. Okay, before running this code, it's a good practice to restart your kernel because you are using the same kind of programs and it might use the previous values, okay, which you have created over here. So it's a good practice to restart the kernel. So I just restarted my kernel. Now I'm gonna run this code and F9. Okay. Okay. Now this is my image over here. It just took it random. Now I'm gonna create all this like this position, and I'm gonna press enter. Now you see here everywhere my face is outside of it. My face is normal face, but when I'm getting inside of a sketch, it is inside of that section it is creating a sketch of mine, as you can see. Or whatever the portion I put it, if I put it over here, you can see it is creating a sketch of mine, right? And just in that particular section it is showing my sketch, and the rest of the section it is displaying the normal my image. Okay, so let's see how we are doing this. Okay, I'm gonna close it and we'll see how we are doing this. Okay, so this is our program. Normal we have imported a CV2 and NumPy library over here. Then we have use our webcams method called video capture method to use our webcam. And okay, just don't worry about this while loop right now. Okay, then we have created this while loop over here, this one, and just to get our live images out of it. Then I've used this red comma frame to just get my image, which is taking my webcam is capturing it. Okay, again, don't bother about this crop section, this section slicing over here. Then again, I did PGR2 gray. Oh, same code is whatever I did over here. I applied over here only. Okay, over here all of those methods. PGR2 gray. Then I applied Gaussian blur. Then I applied Canny. Yeah, I've seen the Canny was working around 14 to 62. Okay, I'm gonna put those variables. And I've applied threshold over here. And then I have again converted my image to that grayscale image to again DGR scale, because you are seeing the boundary. I was getting the original image, and only in the middle section I was getting that sketch over here. Okay, so this was the main code of our right. Now we are gonna talk about the section that I haven't talked about, like this while loop. Now what I'm doing in this while loop, as you have seen the code, let me run it again. I'm gonna show you hands on. Okay, you have seen this code. It is taking one of my image, okay, accepting an image from a webcam and allowing me to use my cursor over here like this, okay, like this. Or I can create whatever shape I want to create, and when I press enter, it creates a sketch, right? Okay, so that's what happening over here in this while loop. While loop is accepting an image over here when an IM variable, and red is again same, telling it's a boolean variable telling me whether image is coming or not. Okay, then I'm using this cvd.select region of interest ROI method. What ROI method does is basically it allows your cursor to select some part of an image. Now it takes certain parameters like your this window name, which is the original right now. I have given it. Then image name, whatever the image is present in that window. Then these are the two variables. First one is it will. Let me show you that you can understand better. Okay, I'm doing first one true. Okay, now I'm gonna run this code again. And okay, then shut down my eyes. But you see, it is showing you creating a grid lines over here, right? Now, same thing is it. It's it. Okay. It means when you put a true over there, it allows you to put a grid lines over there. And if you put a false, there will be no grid lines. It will be like normal. So I'm gonna false it because I don't want grid lines. Or you can also do one thing. You can just put a here and check out this documentation, and you can see here it says first is a window name, then second is the IMG image name, third is a show crosshair. Those that I was talking about, the grids, those are crosshairs. It was showing crosshairs, and then the fourth one is this false. Fourth false is from center, means let me do it again and show you. Okay, I'm gonna run this code again. Okay, so now if I'm gonna create this, you see it is working from it is taking a center and it is expanding, right? It is not working the way I want. It is accepting its own pattern. So this is from center method. Okay, yeah. So that's why I did both of them false, because I don't need them. But if you want, you can put a true over there. It's your choice. It's completely flexible over here. Then what I did, once I accepted my region of interest, I destroyed all windows and I put a break. Like, I want to break out of this loop. Now I don't need this loop. Then what I did, I got a ROI variable over here, in which I got my, let me show you in Variable Explorer. I got my 4 values over here in the ROI. Okay, these are my 4 variables. Now, first 2 variables are the positions from which, x comma y of the position from which I'm starting my that border, and these 2 are the length and breadth of that border, 388 and 400. So with the help of these, it creates a that's area of that rectangular area where my sketch was showing. Then I come to this point and I did a it was all in the Now again it took my frame, my image, you know, from the camera, webcam, and now what it did a slicing in the image. You see here what I did. I give out its ROI index 1, slice up to index 1 to index 1 plus index 3. Okay, now 3 is what is the length, width, sorry, width of that section that we are rectangle, and 1 is the, you know, the y coordinate of that variable. I have just added them to find out the, sorry, there is one thing. Third is the length 400, and 1 is 0 y coordinate. I just added them to find the distance between those points. And same thing I did over here, starting from the 0th index means 138 and goes up to 0 and 2. 2 is our width, 388. So I've just added them to find out the distance between them to create a perfect rectangle. Okay, then I again applied these 4 methods that which I have applied above earlier in the video, and then I have again converted this image into a again a BGR color mode. Okay, and then I passed this image into this field cropped section. Okay, whatever the image I have created, I have passed this image into this cropped section so that we can see both of those things, that cropped section, that rectangle where I was seeing my sketch, and my whole image, the background where you can see my colored section, both in the same window. Okay, they both get attached together. Then I did a I am show CV I am show, and I've shown whatever is being formed over there. The same thing I applied wait keys with the to exit it when I press Q, and cap.release to release my webcam and destroy all windows. So when I run this program, it looks like this. Now I'm gonna, you know, filter out this section of the image, and I'm gonna press enter, and you can see this much is the sketchy part, and rest is all, you know, my original image. Right? Oh, this is pretty cool. You're gonna see in most of movies, the certain part there's a sketchy, and then certain it just gets back to the original form. So this is how they do it basically. This is like a basic version how they do it. They apply lots of advanced stuff. Okay. So this is all in this project over here. Now I've told you you can apply all of the track bar over here to find a better image, but we have applied track bar over here in our previous, you know, this program, and we find out the good values for it, and I've just placed those values over here to make it much more work better. Now you can also change the values of the Gaussian blur according to the quality of your webcam or the lighting in your room. And thresholds, basically thresholds, you can, maybe you want to change, you can change, otherwise these are good thresholds, 50 to 55. You can also do 70 to 55. It's your choice over here. Okay, so this is all in this project. See you in further projects. I'm going to work with I'm going to create more projects like with this, or more interesting stuff. I'm going to bring it out, so stay tuned with our channel with our these tutorials. Okay, so